Getting out and about, thanks to my sponsors, I will say Woodlands. We've been here today at the property of Ewa Justice looking at a little laver-up filly, and there'll be a video out on her very shortly. But I'm catching up with Ewa Justice. Firstly, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Now, we are going to start with the elephant in the room for a start. Your name is spelled E-W-A, but it is pronounced Ewa. I do get that right, isn't that right?
Yep, it's pronounced Ewa. Yep.
Yeah. Anyone wondering, there's an easy way to remember it. Never, ever forget Ewa. And that's it. That's what I keep saying to myself. Where does the name come from?
Well, Mum's Polish, so it's a Polish name, and the W is pronounced a V, and it's actually really popular in Poland.
It's a very common name here in Australia. It's not, and it gets people looking. I just want to have a chat about how it's all going. How long have you been driving for?
I started driving last year in September.
So you haven't been, well, just over 12 months.
Yeah.
How are you finding it?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I mean, it comes in waves, but I am really enjoying it, and I'm having lots of fun driving, and hopefully I can keep going.
It is one of the struggles, I suppose, for juniors, that wave component of it. You are from a harness racing family, I suppose, steeped in history. Has Dad been able to give you a bit of guidance, or even your cousins and that, been able to give you a bit of guidance about these waves that just naturally happen for a junior driver?
Yeah, I am probably really lucky that I have Dad in that, and they always support me, but I mean, everything comes in waves, like the training comes in waves as well, so if our horses aren't performing, it feels like you're not performing as a driver, and then all of a sudden they pick up and you're performing really well again. But Dad obviously really helps because, I mean, he's seen it all, been through it all, and the whole family being involved really helps, and I think having the support is definitely beneficial.
It is, and I wanted to highlight that part too, because I think sometimes people who maybe away from the industry probably say the same thing. They have these waves, they want to be able to keep it going. Do you sometimes think, geez, I wish I was having 4 and 5 drives at every meeting that you could sort of level out those waves, or are you happy just where it's at the minute?
Yeah, I guess it would be helpful to have more drives because you're making more money instead of going for one. But I think it also just depends on the way you're going individually. Like, it doesn't matter how many horses you drive at a meeting. If you're having a bad run, you're having a bad run. Like, it just doesn't change it. But it would definitely help to get more, but I can't complain at the moment. No,
and I mean, I'm a bit biased because I reckon you're doing a great job, because little Frankie will be belittled. What do you want, 3 on him?
Yep, 3.
Yeah, and he's a ripping little horse. He actually probably one of those horses a lot of juniors would like to get on too, because he does teach you a few things. He's not push button. He's definitely no world beater. I'm not going to pump his tyres up here, but I think people think they just pull him out and he just goes. There's a few tricks to him, and he teaches you along the lines. But I would imagine you've probably got a few other horses that are teaching you as you go about it.
Yeah, definitely. I love Little Belittled. When I think Marie messaged Dad and asked if I could drive him, I was pretty excited. And yeah, there's a lot of horses that teach you a lot. You get on some and you're a bit frightened sometimes, but I guess Belittled's the kind of horse that he's got a lot of speed, but you never know what you're going to get with him.
There's a trick to getting that speed, and you've definitely found that with him. What do you enjoy? Like, what's the one thing you enjoy about driving and getting out there?
Oh, I really love the competitive side. Like, you're really good friends with them off the track, and then as soon as you get on the track, it's a whole nother level. And I love the adrenaline you get when you win a race. It's just honestly no feeling tops it. But just all of it, I think. And then when I drive Dad's horses, I love the reward. You spend every day out here with them, working them, and then getting to the races and having them perform. It's really satisfying.
And Dad has taken a backward step. One of the reasons I'm here is actually he's in the veteran drivers race coming up at Bendigo, but Dad is taking a little bit more of a back step, getting on horses like Mufasa Metro, and the other bloke's name just totally left me. Haliver. Again, that next level horse, because they are, they're the top level horses. But then you're also driving against the top level horse people as well. So it is good, but it must, as I say, good that you got Dad. And if things don't go right and the horse isn't going right, Dad can still jump in the cart, go out there and drive them in a race and say, no, you've got to do this. So I suppose there's that great part of it.
Yeah, I am really lucky. When I think I was on Mufasa, it was a bit of a shock. I didn't think he would have given that one up yet. But I mean, like, if something goes wrong or I stuff up, Dad's really good, Mark's a really good owner, and I think the fact that he supports me, I'm really grateful for that as well. And to even Swan Hill, I mean, we never have much luck at Swan Hill, but they both went really good, and to come 2 placings in the Swan Hill Cup was a thrill.
You say there before about stuff-ups, we make stuff-ups and the likes. Again, being able to come back and talk to Dad and let Dad talk you through it and explain it. We've been talking about other stories of bygone years. It does happen. We do make mistakes. You just got to learn from them.
Yeah, definitely. And I think every drive I drive in, I go back and there's always something I can criticise, and Dad will always criticise something. But I think it's helped, like learning wise. I feel like every time I go out there, you learn something new, and it's been good just to come back and talk to Dad or anyone that wants to listen, really, and just ask what I could have done better, and it definitely helps.
I'm big on mental health from my own issues and other people along the lines. Do you have a circuit breaker? I mean, it's all good and well to say come back and talk about it, but do you have a circuit breaker? Do you have a way that you can sort of, phase out from what's been going on, in the driving world?
Yeah, I mean, I play netball, which is a good escape sometimes as well. And I also am going back to uni next year, which I find sometimes just sitting in front of a computer and doing something completely different, it definitely helps. And I know it's not really different, but even just coming out of the stables and sitting with one of your favourite horses, it's always really helpful just to clear your mind.
And you're lucky. Like, I mean, Dad, probably sometimes you probably wish Dad had 40 horses in work, but I think you're only training about 10 horses at the minute. So that part, it's not hustle and bustle. You get that time to sort of think back.
Yeah, it is. I probably like having not as many horses, because you get to spend more time with them, and your favourite ones, you can spend more time with them, and you can sort of get the most out of them. But yeah, I don't mind only having a small stable.
I was just talking to Dad there. Do you enjoy listening about the stories and finding out things about how it once was, like especially back in South Australia? Do you enjoy that side of it?
Yeah, I do. I kind of wish I was around for it sometimes, so I could have experienced it. And even when I was talking to Nana, it just sounded like it was a big buzz at that time, and just sounded like it would have been really fun to be around.
Yeah, and even like Auntie Josie was just standing there before, and the smile on her face, I think a couple of the things, it sounded good. I mean, one of the things I never appreciated, but he was saying there that one side of the stalls was his and one side of the stalls was Lance's, and you'd imagine Nan, when she walked in, she's like, oh no, not again, sort of thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but she loved it, and she was always there, and I think she loved the glory of it all. But yeah, I think it was all just really fun for them at the time. It was competitive, but all in fun.
What are your goals? You said there before about going back to uni. What are you going back to uni for?
I'm studying social work, so I'm starting my third year next year. So I'd like to finish that. And racing-wise, I'd just like to keep going how I'm going and keep riding the wave, I guess, because it will come up in ups and downs, and I'd like to outdrive my claim one day, I guess. Do you want to be a trainer, or are you happy not to partake in that part? I haven't really thought about it too much. I mean, I like helping Dad out and, doing that stuff. But I guess if it happens, it happens. I'm not really thinking about the training side too much. Do you enjoy the industry? Yeah, I do. I like it. I guess it has its ups and downs, like everything though. But so far, it's been pretty good. It's quite a unique workforce, I suppose. If you like, ladies are celebrated in every job nowadays. In harness racing and a couple of other sports, it's almost like they're not celebrated. I mean, you're just part of the furniture. You're not a lady junior driver. You're just a junior driver. I'd imagine there's sort of two sides to that. There'd be good and bad components to that. Yeah, I guess it's pretty good, but you still have the odd occasion where, you'll hear someone say it's not a girl's horse or something, but, I guess it is really good like that. You don't really feel discriminated against or anything for being a woman. And I mean, I think there was a race the other day where I was the youngest driver and it was 20 years old, and there was a 70 or 80-year-old driver. I think it might have been Graham Whittle or something, and they were talking about that. So it's crazy how there's no limits really to the sport. Oh, exactly. And like Dad's driving against Graham. Brian Gaff, he drove a winner again the other day as well. They're all driving in this veteran drivers race, and exactly, you guys get to go there and take them on, and they treat you like no different. Thank you. I only want to have a little chat. I want to say thank you for driving B Little, or Frankie as he's more commonly known. But well done for what you're doing 12 months in and going from there. Are you going to go into Dominion, or are you going up with Dad? I'd imagine Dad's taking the drives back for that occasion. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I'll go up with him for sure. And I guess if they both qualify, you never know, I might get the call up. Oh, that's a point. Ryan might be back on the bench. Yeah, I think he's actually going to France, so... So he will be on the bench. Yeah. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, well done. Thank you. Continue doing what you're doing. I think the industry needs more people like yourself, both family and also young ladies that want to have a go in it. So thank you. Keep being a great ambassador for the sport, and thank you very much. Thanks, Paul.